Good morning. How are we doing today? Well, I'm getting a little bit of a late start again, but that's all right. It's about 10:30 here. I've been working on house plan stuff and some computer work this morning. So, Dad has run to get some more parts for the backhoe. He doesn't just bring it in here and service it all at once like I would when I do the tractors and stuff. He just kind of does a little bit here and a little bit there. And yesterday we did the fuel filters, and apparently now he has decided he needs to change the hydraulic oil filters and the air filter, and maybe not do the engine oil. I don't really know. And he was talking about changing axle oils, and I don't really know what his plan is, but he went to go and get some of the filters that we need for that. And we're also talking about taking these cylinders off and taking them to a hydraulic repair shop that will hopefully be able to stop them from leaking, because this one here particularly is leaking pretty bad. It needs some maintenance. I know that. I don't use the backhoe very much. It's not my thing. Dad uses it all the time, so I kind of let him take care of the maintenance because he's the one that knows what needs done, when it needs done, and all that. Anyway, so he went to get that stuff. I'm trying to be nice and not take the backhoe out of here to bring the corn planter in, because we would like to be able to work on it in here in the warm, and I'm not entirely sure that I could get the backhoe in here with the tractor and the corn planter in here. Although we might try that, because that would be better. Then I can do the corn planter and he can work on the backhoe all at the same time. So we are, however, going to have the corn planter in here by the end of the day. So I'm going to take the go and see if we can get the 8R started, for one, because it'll probably be dead. But we'll get that tractor started. We'll get the corn planter dug out of the back of the shop, and we can put the bean planter in there, and just we're going to move a bunch of stuff around here this morning. We are going to have to get a lot of stuff started to get that out of here. Lawnmower 7520, probably the 8300. You might be able to sneak that out of there without moving that. And the 8R. 7520 is plugged in. This one should start. The other ones I'm not so sure about. It's pretty cold today. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Well, I found dead battery number one. Get the jump pack. Charger. Before we worry about the lawnmower, let's see if this tractor will start. That's promising. And negative. It's gonna be a long morning. While we give that tractor a few minutes to charge, well, let's go do some research on jump packs, because somebody's gonna give it to me in this video. And I've been meaning to order one. I don't think a little car one's gonna work for our tractors. Do they have these for like semi trucks and stuff? All right, guys. I don't know if I'm buying what these people are selling, but I am buying it because I'm going to buy one. I have a very hard time believing the claims on these things. All right, let me show you. So in a quick internet search, this is the brand that sort of pops up first as some of the better ones. I don't know. This is basically the biggest one that's semi-reasonably priced. They have a 5,000 or something, but it was like 1,800 bucks. I'm not spending that much money. So this one at 300, I think I found it somewhere else for 200, but either way, GB150, it's 3,000 amps. It says it will start a 7-liter diesel engine, and you get 80 starts on one charge. I'm not buying that for a second, but Brock's here, so I asked him, and they use them on their ambulances, I guess, and he said they have one like this. And it says that it will start up to a 12-liter diesel, 6,000 amps, 150 bucks. I have a very, very hard time believing this. But we're going to try it because, yeah, we'll see. So I should wait until tomorrow to see what your guys' comments are before I order this. But I'm going to do it now. So if you have a suggestion or you think I'm making a huge mistake here, let me know. But I don't know. I don't like dragging the charger around everywhere, so maybe this will be better. All right, it's ordered. Unfortunately, it won't be here until Monday, so we gotta get our stuff started. What are we doing now? Dad's back. He's got his new filters. Almost bought a new backhoe, huh? Not quite. Apparently they had one. 80 what? 83?
No, it was a 580 NEP.
NEP, but 80,000 or 84,000. 83,000. Yep. So
They're gonna give us 20 for this.
there you go. 50,000 to trade. Not quite. 40. No. Whatever. I can't do math today. All right, let's go see if our tractor's going to start back here. It went. All right, Brock. Lawnmower. We're going to just drive this outside for right now until we get the lawnmower out of the way, and then we'll get the planter. Oh, it's so clean and shiny and beautiful. I know this tractor's getting older, 2012, but this is my favorite tractor. I love this tractor. It's awesome. Okay, let's get our other stuff out of the way. This one started right up. Just took a 12-volt medium on the charger for like 5 seconds. All right, we got that out of the way. I am pretty sure this tractor's gonna be in the way because when we go to pull this planter out, we're gonna start hooking a hitch and going that way, which means the back's gonna trail over and it will clip that tire. So, we're gonna get it started. It should start, but it should be a really good cold start video. Almost. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh. Almost. Come on. Go again. There it goes, there it goes. All right. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Run a little smoother. Oh, man. Oh, man. There it goes. All right, let's, we really don't even need to pull it out. We just need to slide it over. So we'll let Brock do that and we'll back in there and get the planter hooked up. I got it. Take it outside and we'll hook up the hydraulics out there. I know there's a big glare on the window. I can't see anything either, so it's not just you. Alright. We're going to unfold it outside before we unfold it in the shop, just to make sure all the cylinders are rephased and everything. Okay, corn planter's out. We'll get back to that in a minute. We're letting the 8300 and the lawnmower run to charge batteries. The plan here is to put this bean planter in where the corn planter just was, or as close to it as we can. So we're gonna hopefully get this tractor started, Brock, and pull it out and back it in there. It's a little tighter because of the units that fold up. You can't get as close to the sidewall. The sidewalls on our barn are sloped. Gonna go? Oh yeah, it's gonna go. Beautiful. She is mighty close. First one nicked it. We got that let down. Now he's past this, we can go back up. All the way up. Alright. That's clear. Well, we're going to test Brock's skills here a little bit, see how good he does getting this back in here. This is not an easy one into that corner, but I'll spot him. Should be able to do it. And Brock, you did a good job getting that in there. He gave up, made me do it. So we're not quite where the corn planter was. You can see where our tire mark was versus where it is now. Could come back just a touch, but we got to deal with that. We can't get as close, like I said. So it's in, it's out of the way, it's going to work here. So we're gonna get the board put down and unhook the 2-point, get all of our electric and hydraulic connections, and then we'll tuck the tractor in here and be good. Okay, we got everything back in there. So I'm gonna grab some rags and we're gonna hook up the hydraulics on the corn planter and unfold that out in the driveway. You can shut this door, Brock, and leave the ones in the back because we're gonna put the backhoe back there. Anyway, and get it unfolded outside and make sure everything's working correctly, and then we'll bring it in here. All right, I pretty well got everything hooked up. There's a couple electronic things that I need to do yet, but they're not real important. And a couple of these, that, like that one, didn't want to push in there very easily. Number 3 left was leaking pretty good. I think we need a new barrel in our outlet there, and there may be some pressure behind it. So that's not critical for what we're doing unfolding. We really just need number 1 and the case drain. So we've got that hooked up. Before I can unfold it, I've got to get my fold box that goes in the cab. So I'm gonna go find that. That one right there. Okay, I've got my fold box, admittedly not mounted where it needs to go, but functional. So we are going to attempt to unfold this. What are the chances that our wing tires got air in them? We're about to find out. So that one's a little low, but the outside two at least are holding there. Okay, now unfold. Yep, they all got air in them. Cool. There goes the backhoe. I'm going to set it down just to make sure everything's right, but it looks good. Sometimes you'll get the frame will go like this where the wings will be way down and the center section is up, but we're not too bad here. So we're going to just slowly moving forward, flip this over to plant and set it down so it's all the way down. Okay. Looks good. Fold it back up, put it in the shop, and unfold it in there. Good? I think we're good. Okay, planter is in here. I'm going to let it warm up in here and go eat lunch. In the meantime, I'm going to have Brock probably take meters off and start cleaning them off, because this planter did get washed before I put it away last summer, so it's not, doesn't need power washed really, although there's some bird poop and dust on it that may help to just rinse it down. But for the most part, it's clean. So when I get back, we'll go through all the stuff that we've got to do to this, but there's a list of things, but it's different than the bean planter for the most part. It's just, we just got to do it. So we'll talk about it the same. Just got back from lunch. I had a package. Check this out. Those are some fancy seat covers for my truck to fix my seat. They're like genuine wetsuit material. What? Neoprene something, I don't know, they're supposed to be pretty nice. This looks intense because it came with a whole installation kit, like with a pry bar, safety glasses, a glove, not a pair of gloves, a glove, and some, yeah. Anyway, I don't have room for my truck in here though, so that might have to wait, or maybe I can get it on the other side. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so corn planter. What do we have to do to the corn planter while it's in the shop? Well, Brock is washing meters. He's on the second one right there. We've got those all off and out of the way. You can see we've got a lot more room to work here with the corn planter than we did with the bean planter because it's a single row instead of a double row. So we've got to go through and do the same thing with all of the openers and checking the gap on them, making sure that we've got the right contact area down here. Take the business cards and stick them in there. We'll take a couple off and measure them to make sure that they're not worn to the point where they have to be replaced. We'll see about that. None of the rows run behind a tire on this planter, so they all should wear relatively the same. We also, I think our no-till colders are good. I checked those, so we don't need to do anything there other than maybe adjust a little bit. We've got to check our gauge wheels and make sure that they are adjusted right. That one's a little loose. We have the original stock John Deere system for gauge wheel arms on this planter, so I might check those and see what kind of wear we're getting in here and whether or not we need to update, fix, replace. Yeah, there's definitely some slop there, but I'll evaluate that a little bit more. We got the RK kits to do the closing wheels to take that slop out. So we're going to do that, weld that bearing holder on there and replace those with the bearings. And then the other thing is on my closing wheels, you'll notice on this planter they are rubber, not cast iron like on the other planter. This planter is always planting into worked ground, conventional tillage system, field cultivator, loose dirt. And we didn't feel we needed the aggressiveness of the cast iron and the weight, so we went with the rubber tires. But the plastic that holds them in is starting to crack out. You can see there on quite a number of these. I noticed this last spring. That's got to be addressed. So since it's the plastic part and not just the rubber, we pretty well got to replace that. And I'm considering putting some new different style of closing wheels on, some spiked closing wheels too. So we're going to go through and look at all of those, but that's probably going to happen. We'll inspect our fertilizer system, pump, and the liquid side of it a little bit, but we do need to, on the fertilizer openers here, these blades are worn pretty substantially, and these boots are worn pretty substantially. Those happen to be sitting over there on a pile. So all of those are going to come off and get replaced, which means all these gauge wheels got to come off, and we'll inspect bearings and look at all that stuff too. But yeah, so there's quite a bit to do. It's a little bit different than the bean planter. Some of it's the same, some of it's different, and it's going to be in here for a week or two, and we'll go through it. It's still February. We got all kinds of time. Are you having fun washing meters yet?
It's a good feeling knowing that there's only 16 and not 32.
Yeah, that is a good point. That is a very valid point about this planter, is there is half as many rows as the bean planter. So we're like 2/3 done with the planters already, right?
Technically, I could have said I'm halfway done with this one before I even started.
Almost. So yeah, he's cleaning. The idea here is to get all the seed treatment and stuff off. This one's pretty well done, it looks like. But the seed treatment will build up in here. There's some, Brock. And on here. And there's brushes in there. And so we're trying to get all that stuff clean, get the dirt out of the seal groove and off the seal itself. A lot of times talc will build up on the seal, so you got to brush them off pretty good. I know they get dirty basically the day we go to the field, but it doesn't hurt to start clean, right? Once again, our handy table comes in pretty handy. Okay, guys. Well, turns out I didn't do much today or this afternoon, but we got some stuff moved around. We got a new project to work on, so this will be something good for a week or two here. Brock got half of the meters washed and got half of them to do yet. He will be back here tomorrow in the late morning. Our tires are in that I ordered on Monday. So I, tomorrow morning, am going to load up the tires over here that go to the other planter and the rims and take them to the tire shop and probably just drop them off, and they'll change them and get them whenever we get to them or get back to pick them up. The big tires for the 8430 are also in, but I just pulled this into the shop today, so I told him if it's no different to him, let's just keep them for a little bit and we'll get them in a couple weeks or something when we get this tractor out of here. So that's the plan on the big ones. And then, yeah, tomorrow, once I get back from doing that stuff, these are coming apart. So we're going to pull these fertilizer openers and stuff apart first and work on that. We'll get the new blades and boots on and get everything adjusted right. There is a pin through here that can be a giant pain in the butt to get in and out. And I take them apart every year, clean them up, never seize them, put them back together. So that's got to get done as well. And then we can start working on the openers and the rest of that stuff and closing wheel frames and all that good stuff. So thanks for watching again today. I passed all of your feedback along to Dad for thanking him for being in the video. So I appreciate that. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Hit that like and subscribe button. Questions, comments, leave them down below. See you guys. Oh, one more thing. So this tire here, this is the one that we've had that's leaking. It had 4.5 pounds in it when we brought it in here. I think it was 17 or 18 when we took it out a couple of weeks ago or a month ago. So I've got tubes in the rear tires on the 8430 that are the same size that I fully intended to just take one of the tubes and put it in there. But you guys seem to be convinced that this tire jack stuff is going to work. So will it work on that tire? Is that too big of a tire? How much of it would I need? Let me know.